Welcome back with Investing Insights with Barry Burnett. I'm your host, Barry Burnett, and we are here on Talk Radio 790 KABC, and we have some aha moments for you. This is for entrepreneurial investors. Almost every entrepreneurial investor owns their own property, their own home, but they also have hard scrabble fought to buy investment properties, maybe rental homes, maybe apartment complexes, strip stores, office buildings. Maybe it's for your own business. Maybe it's for just to be sure that you have a place to house all of your people, all of your family, all of your extended and your relatives. And you know what? As you have properties, you have wood-destroying organisms trying to eat your equity. So our expert contributing partner on this show is the professional that I use, that I trust, GetHerDoneTermite.com. GetHerDone Termite is Randy Beckmann's brainchild with his wife, Heather, and they operate in the sound of my voice. If you own property where you can hear us on this show or you can see us on YouTube at Barry Burnett Radio, you can get in touch with Randy Beckmann and he can solve your problems. Randy, we were talking about a crazy, crazy situation that happened to my own brother-in-law who got carpenter bees nested in his eave. Now, he's got a big old house and he's got a variety of other property investments, and his big old house had an eave that had water dripping on a regular constant basis from an air conditioning condensation drain. Now, that happens pretty much anytime you run your air conditioner, you're going to have condensation runoff, right? Sure. And it went down his eave and it created a dry rot condition where there was a fungus, and it was the soft spot where carpenter bees love to burrow. Isn't that true?
Yes.
Is that what they do?
They love to burrow softwood, yes.
Okay. But carpenter bees are not like a regular bumblebee because they burrow in. How do they burrow into that wood? They have mandibles. They have jaws, right. And they also have stingers. So a bumblebee and a carpenter bee, you don't want to swat at one of those things. Golly, my brother-in-law, he started swinging at him and trying to swat him. And this carpenter bee, for whatever reason, bit his eyelid. I mean, his eyebrow. He was in ferocious pain. And while he's smacking at his face, trying to get this carpenter bee off of his eyebrow, it flew away, came back and stung him with its stinger on his cheek. He was in screaming pain because he didn't call his pest control operator.
Right, FYI, get the professional.
Oh, boy. Because they bite and they sting.
Sure.
And they can sting multiple times because it's not barbed.
Right.
So you don't want to be messing with those things. If you see a carpenter bee, you got a problem. It's because there's fungus at your property, in your wood. Get rid of it. Call Get Her Done.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a really awkward time. And within a week or two, his younger brother did just about the same thing.
Oh, my goodness. Almost run in the family, right?
I swear carpenter bees are nasty, nasty things. I don't swat them. I don't want to irritate them, but I see them fairly frequently in the real estate business. I bet you do on properties as well.
Yeah, we see them frequently, yeah.
Okay, so drywood termites get up into inaccessible areas, and in order to kill them, you can't necessarily locate how deeply into your rafters, how deeply into your areas that are protected by structure, where you can't crawl out there and hit them with an orange oil or a localized treatment. Is that true?
Oftenly they do go into inaccessible areas, and when they do get into inaccessible areas, that's when we say, okay, that's unfortunately, sometimes we'll have to call a tent, which is a fumigation.
Okay, so you've got a 6-unit apartment building near the beach. You've got a tent on, and what happens? Well, you're listening to Investing Insights with Barry Burnett here on Talk Radio 790 KABC. And on Investing Insights with Barry Burnett, we talk to our property entrepreneurial investors on how to make their real estate stronger, safer, smarter. So you've discovered wood-destroying organisms that are called drywood termites. They've gone into inaccessible areas in your 6-unit apartment building, and the treatment there is to call for a tent. correct?
Correct.
Now you've got 6 different families. Randy, tell me about the one you did recently.
We did one recently in Marina del Rey where we coordinated it. We were obviously going to make sure that everybody's schedule, 6 different schedules and everything, and try to keep everybody happy. That's our job. We want to make sure that everybody's comfortable, happy. Obviously, make sure that people are comfortable in something that's maybe not that comfortable for them, and give them the knowledge and tell them, the reasons why you're going to be okay, and it's going to be okay to go ahead and go fumigation.
Okay. Now, a lot of the tenants, they've got to be out of the property for a couple of days. They're going to be out for at least 2 nights. They can't leave their pets on site.
Right.
So what are we going to do?
Well, the homeowner at this case had to go ahead and house each tenant for 2 nights.
The apartment owner had to put them up somewhere else, right?
Correct.
Okay, and that's actually state law.
Yes.
So you have to take care of your tenants. If they voluntarily displace themselves, they've got a sister-in-law that they want to visit in San Diego, or they're going to take a trip to Saskatchewan. That's great. God bless them.
That's a huge bonus.
Yeah, big bonus. But for the property owner, they need to know that they have to take care of their tenants' needs. So it becomes an expense, correct?
Correct, definitely.
But if they put it off, the wood-destroying organisms are going to be even that much greater expense, because not only then do you have to tent, but then you might have to replace a lot of structural wood, correct?
Right. In this instance, we actually did go ahead and replace the wood. We always at Get Her Done Termite replace the wood first.
Okay.
The reason why we do that is that we replace the wood, believe it or not, sometimes in lumber yards and things like that, they're sitting outside. They have termites already in that brand new piece of wood. We can't see it. You can't see it. We know in the industry that it actually is. They might be in there. And we'll go ahead and do that first, and the very last thing we'll go ahead and fumigate, and that way all the brand new wood and everything else is treated.
Oh, my listeners, did you just hear that aha moment? Could you just feel the light bulb go on? Termites live in wood, and they live in wood in lumber yards the same as they do in your apartment building, the same as they do in your office building.
Right.
So put the wood in, then treat it. But, I have had a lot of issues and situations where we've had owners of properties that had antiques, and sometimes the antiques get infested with termites as well, right?
Yes, definitely. We've actually come across a couple things where either they bring stuff from other places, Africa, stuff like that. We actually do have, you can call us at Get Her Done Termite, and we go ahead. We have chambers for those issues where we can put them in a small chamber, fumigate those products for beetles, termites, etc.
Well, that's another aha. This is a really important takeaway, because you're a property owner. You also own stuff, and your tenants own stuff. And when they have to be displaced from their dwelling, you have to take care of it. You have to make sure that you're dealing in a humane capacity so that they're not going to be all huffed and you're not going to lose tenants over it. The last thing you want to do is to break leases or have argumentation or a lot of frustration. So you call Get Her Done Termite, and you, Randy, you handle the smoothing and making sure that the schedule, along with the landlord,
Correct.
that the schedule works cleanly, because the tent's going to be on for 2 days, and then the tent comes off, and then the gas dissipates, correct?
Correct. Yeah, the bottom line is we want to make everybody comfortable as much as they can, and if they need to have the knowledge to make them comfortable, whatever they need to have to make them comfortable, we try to do that at Get Her Done Termite.
Thank you. And one of the things that we're going to talk about when we come right back is the risks that are real and the risks that are perceived, the reality versus the fears of the chemicals used in pest control operations. So that's going to be aha moments. Those are going to be light bulb moments. We're going to be right back with Investing Insights with Barry Burnett here on Talk Radio 790 KABC. You can reach us at barryburnett.net to ask about this or any of our other spectacular experts who work with us on this show to make your portfolio stronger, safer, smarter.